73 degrees right now, and time for us to get a sports roundup. Father Matt Frisbee is joining us as he does each and every Tuesday. Good morning, Father Matt.
Good morning, Father.
Well, good morning, Dave and Ron. Good to be with you this morning, this very warm morning. And, we're in baseball season, and I was thinking this morning as Cleveland last night, they dropped 2 games in their doubleheader against the Royals yesterday, leaving their lead in the AL Central to 1 game. And I saw something last night. Cleveland's played in about, 7 or 8 doubleheaders this year. And their record, so that's about 14 to 16 games. And their record in those doubleheaders is 1 and whatever. So they've lost every game in a doubleheader this year, which is not good. But I was thinking, when Terry Francona was the manager, they often started the year very sluggishly, and you kind of wonder, would they get it in gear? And, of course, by the All-Star break they did, and they really played well in the second half. And we saw over and over again, they were in the playoffs multiple times. And this year, it was such a refreshing break. They began the year so well, and we thought, all right, this is it. And we kind of see how they've really kind of limped along the last month or so. I mean, It's been a real struggle for Cleveland. So we'll see. They've got 2 more games against the Royals here today and tomorrow. And their lead in the Central could be gone, or it could be back to 3 games. Who knows?
Yeah, it's kind of frustrating because that's the one team you don't want to start losing against. This is the time to bring it home.
That's exactly right. Yeah. So, they had that terrible series against the Yankees. They had that exciting win, but then they lost the next 2, giving up all those runs to Aaron Judge and Juan Soto. And we should just talk about Aaron Judge. I mean, he's on record to possibly break his own home run record again this year, which is just really amazing. So, all sorts of things going on in the world of baseball, but we should also talk about football. And I know that's what Dave really wants to talk about.
I just want to mention on baseball, there are a lot of teams that aren't doing so well, and the team motto has become, well, at least we're not the White Sox.
Oh, yeah. So I saw, I think, the record. I don't know what they did last night, but 31 and 100, which is the worst record through that many games since 1908.
Isn't that crazy?
So,
I want to say this real quickly, shifting to football, Father. The Browns, to me, it's a brilliant move. They saved all of their wins for the regular season. They chose not to take any of them in the preseason. And I have to say, Deshaun Watson looks fabulous on the sideline in street clothes. I have no idea what he looks like in a football uniform. Don't know what he'll look like on the field. But, man, he looks great on the sideline.
Well, that's right. Now, I always go back to this. I remember this little piece of obscure history. In 1999, the then St. Louis Rams went 0-4 in the preseason. And then they starting this quarterback no one had heard of before. They start Kurt Warner at quarterback and look pretty unbeatable all season long on what was called the greatest show on turf, and ends up winning the Super Bowl. So, it's possible. They go 0-4 and or 0-3 in the preseason, and who knows? Maybe they come out just gangbusters in the regular season, and we hope the playoffs as well.
I mean, do we see Deshaun Watson September 8th? Is he going to be there?
Well, I've not read anything, and maybe I need to get going on that. I've been so consumed with baseball and priestly work, and that I've not looked, but for as much as people don't like Deshaun Watson, I can certainly understand why that is. He's the one who gives them the best chance to win. So, that's a big game, September 8th, home opener, season opener against the Cowboys, which is going to just draw a lot of eyes. And I'm one to think if Deshaun Watson's healthy, they're going to need him.
Yeah, and look, your guess is as good as anybody else's because nobody really knows if he's going to be there or not. But I'm with you. Look, from a quarterback perspective, you want the best guy behind center. and he's the best guy. So if we're going to win, we need him. So hope he's
Right.
there and hope he stays healthy
And
all
like,
year long.
like so many coaches, Kevin Stefanski and the Browns are very good at obfuscating, obscuring who's healthy and who isn't in the nature of injuries. It's all a little chess game with coaches, letting you know how healthy a player really is.
Then the big question in college football, Father, is $20 million enough to pay to win a national championship? I don't know. We'll see. We're $20 million in at Ohio State, and it looks like we've got a pretty good team to show for it.
Well, that's absolutely right. Now, you always worry, and I think we've said this before, it's those years that you kind of think, this Ohio State team will be good, but we're not quite sure how good they'll be, and those are usually the years that come out and surprise you the most and play beyond expectations. And sometimes it's those years where you have high, lofty expectations like this year where, it's almost a setup to failure. How do you exceed expectations? So we're going to find out. I think it goes back to this. 2 players. Now, I was listening to Chip Kelly, Ohio State's offensive coordinator, and he's really happy with where Ohio State's quarterback, Will Howard, is in his progression, development, and everything. But it's going to come down to, we know this, the offensive line. It's all about the trenches when it comes down to it, and it's how well this offensive line can mesh together and play and control the line of scrimmage in both the run and pass game.
So true. I don't know. The more money you spend, the greater your chances of not being successful, I think. I don't know. Father Matt Frisbee, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for your wisdom.
Oh, thank you. It's always good to be with you.
Have a great day.
Thank you, Father.
You too. God bless.